Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. Saeed said it's early morning in my country, India. Then good morning, my friend. Good morning. Appreciate you joining me for your morning. Hey, what's going on, guys? Bitcoin currently trading at $88,058. Oh, $36.81. Getting a little dumpy here. We did, in fact, end up waiting until Sunday to get out of our little liquidation range, which is interesting. Glad I kept up on those lines so that we could observe that. Now I'm going to delete some and we're going to refresh the liquidation heat map and see where we're at. It's a quiet day today. Quiet day. Pretty chill. We got 88,907. We've got, I'm going to go all the way up here, 80 or 91,357. And then the lower portion, which we've started to eat into, we've got 87,781. And then at the very bottom of that, we go, I'm going to go all the way down here for this one, 85,464. Okay. So this is our new range. We do have a trend line, which only has two previous points of confluence, 1 and 2. Each crash has resulted in a bounce off of this level, which is nice. We'll see if that happens again. We have gotten wicks below it, so if we do go below it, it's not immediately confirming that it's not support. It's just kind of a wait and see kind of game. Coincidentally, each time we touch that level, we entered oversold on the RSI. So there is correlation and causation, if you will. Let's see if that trend continues this time around. So far, every time we've gotten it, well, no, actually, this one was negative money flow. This one was positive money flow to grind out of it. Right now we're on negative, so we might have a slow recovery off of it if we do get a recovery at all. What's going on, Drummer? What's going on, Fahid? Guys, appreciate you for being here and smashing the like button. Bitcoin dominance 59.03%. Let's see if it breaks below 59 and if alts can get some kind of semblance of relief. As of right now, we're getting a little bit decimated. Bitcoin down 2.44% on the day. No signs of a reversal besides this potential support level. We do have RSI almost oversold, and momentum wave is already oversold, but we had a red dot signaling further downside, so it is what it is. ETH is down 1.66% on the day, currently trading at $3,062.86. Let's see if we get a touch of 3K again, and if we can hold that as support, that would be a big deal. Volume could be a little bit better. RSI is struggling to get above the moving average, and momentum wave had a red dot. Money flow has been positive for a relatively decent amount of time, pretty much since the beginning of December. So, and that's ETH, which is the king of altcoins. So that maybe is a sign of a potential rotation in the not so distant future. I don't know if it's going to be this month or if we're going to have to wait until Q1 2026, but I'm still holding out hopes for a 2026 proper bull market. Solana's down 2.85% on the day. We are slowly but surely potentially breaking below our neckline here, which we have done a few times, and it has resulted in a rebound. Some of them stronger than others. We'll see if this becomes the third little, I'll call it fake out below our legacy neckline. RSI rejecting the moving average and continuing to the downside. Momentum wave had a red dot, also pointing to the downside. Not quite oversold. It's getting there, though. Total 3 is down 1.8% on the day, currently trading at 849.78. We broke below 857.01, which was kind of an interim support line. Our big important level that we're going to watch is this lower yellow trend line, this ascending trend line right here. See if that results in a bounce or not. As of right now, though, again, along with everything else, it is just a wait and see kind of situation. We get a red dot of the momentum wave pointing to the downside. RSI got a bearish cross over the moving average on Sunday, December 14th, which is today. And since then, we have continued to the downside. Let's see where we end up. It does look like we might be getting a little bit spicy right here. ADA is down 3.82% on the day, currently trading at 39.50. We lost 40 cents, so it's not looking great. I don't know what level to really look for, if I'm being completely honest. Below 40, it's kind of a free-for-all, in my opinion. So we'll see if we get any kind of semblance of a recovery anywhere. We did get a rejection of the moving average on the RSI and broke below the, I would call it the safe zone, and we are currently oversold. So let's see if we get any kind of bounce recovery, any kind of anything. We did have a unconfirmed green dot on market cipher on Saturday. We got a red dot on the momentum wave pointing to the downside. Money flow's negative. It's looking a little spicy. For ADA for sure. Snack is down 9.89%. It did lose a zero. It's at 0.0009888, which is a little depressing. Picked up volume, which is kind of the only the only positive thing about this. We had a confirmed green dot back here, which did nothing. It resulted in a rejection at the lower trend line. And then we flatlined and we continued to dump. And there's, again, no sign of a reversal besides the fact that we're oversold on the 4-hour time frame. But that doesn't really matter when there's no liquidity. We're looking pretty bleak. XRP is down 2.1% on the day, currently trading at 198.01. We lost $2 here. That's another red flag. We got a bearish cross over the moving average in the RSI, point to the downside. We'll see if we end up entering oversold territory or not. We got a red dot of the momentum wave, point to the downside as well. Dixie said, we flatline? Nice. I think a flatline would be better than what we're experiencing right now. We're experiencing like the longest bleed out in the history of assets. Lunk is down 2.37%. Oddly enough, it's probably holding up better than the rest of the market. Volume has almost completely depleted from the Do Kwon sentencing move. And maybe potentially getting a bullish cross over the moving average in the RSI. That'd be kind of entertaining. Green dot of the momentum wave, point to the upside. Money flow cross negative, but you got that big fat cloud. Maybe wants to flip bullish for a moment. H bar broke below 1248 and rejected. We got 1, 2, continuation to the downside. Not looking good for H bar either. But again, it's oversold. Could flip. Could start to push up because it's oversold. When the chart looks bad is when you are supposed to buy. So just me saying it's bad does not mean stay away. That means that the price is down. Which to some people might mean buy, some people might mean sell. Everyone's different. Swede's down 3.81% on the day, currently trading at 154.31. CryptoSpaces said, remember when crypto went up? That's a myth, actually. I don't think that ever happened. Swede lost 154.67. Are we going to 148.49? Probably. We got a bearish cross over the moving average on the RSI. Oh, Dixie's a member for 8 months. Thank you, Dixie. He said smash the like. Appreciate you, my friend. Currently $1.5422. Like I said, bearish cross over the moving average and the RSI, point to the downside. We're sitting at 40 right now. Red dot in the momentum wave, point to the downside as well. Negative money flow. It's actually holding up quite nicely. We got a pump, and then it's been very sideways in this range between 154 and 169. Nice for a decent chunk of time. So we'll see if that ends up being bullish or bearish. Right now, it seems like a nice support zone. Ondo's down 5.16% of the day, breaking below the lower trend line, pushing the downside. We got a bearish cross over the moving average and the RSI on Wednesday, December 10th, and we proceeded to reject once, twice, I'm going to call it 3 times now. We are entering oversold territory, so there could be a reversal with that as of right now, though. Currently sitting at 43.94 and dropping. Arrow is down 5.96% on the day. Arrow had a nice thing going for a minute. We were holding 66, broke below that, got in our little range between 60 and 62, tried to break out once, twice, failed the second time, and now we broke below 60 support, and we're heading towards 55.83. We'll see if we get a bounce off that or if we break through and head towards 50. CryptoSpaces said prediction markets got integrated in Phantom Wallet. Crypto industry might be did for prediction markets. What? Oh, dead for prediction markets. Yeah. I think Fahid was the one who pointed that out at first. He said everyone left for prediction markets, which Kind of makes sense. If you can make more money there, then absolutely. Arrow, we talked about. Stellar. Stellar rejecting 26 consistently. Trying to hold above 25, having trouble. We got a little head and shoulder action right here. Kind of played out perfectly. Yeah, we're actually there. This might be the reversal zone. So we'll see what happens with that. Polka Dot is down 4.07% on the day. Getting a little spicy here. If we are looking for any kind of anything as far as trend lines go, there might be some hope. Way the heck down at 162, which I know is a huge dump, but there really isn't any other trend lines going on down here. Besides that, not quite oversold yet. We got a bearish crossover the moving average in the RSI today. Red dot of the momentum wave, negative money flow. All signs point to downside, but long-term time frame, it might be incredibly oversold, so you got to zoom out. You got to look at that stuff. Make the judgment yourself. I'm looking at the 4-hour, telling you what I see. Fartcoin down 3.62% on the day. I think I'm just going to... I'm going to full port in a Fartcoin. I think that'd be kind of hilarious. Maybe document my findings as well. What if I full port in a Fartcoin and then I like retire the entire state of Michigan? Because I like successfully made like the craziest trade of all time. I think that'd be so funny. Okay. Moving on. We broke below 36.26. We're heading towards 32.76. Bearish crossover the moving average in the RSI on Saturday. Money flow did just recently flip negative, and we got a red dot in the momentum wave point to the downside. Down 2.84%. See where we end up. CAS, I don't care to look at. We'll see if we get a bounce off of 43. It just kind of looks like doom nonstop. Pith, down 6.29%. Oddly enough, looks worse than doom, or than CAS. I swear I didn't say that on purpose. We did get a bearish crossover the moving average in the RSI here today as well. Red dot on the momentum wave pointing to the downside. Negative money flow. All signs point to down. Not quite oversold yet, which is kind of crazy. There is bullish divergence here, but that bullish divergence kind of points to price continuing down over the longer term and the RSI continuing up. It just signals a short-term bounce potential, but we would have to get like an actual move in the opposite direction than down in order to solidify that point and create that higher low on the RSI and that lower high or lower low on the price. Crypto Spaces said Fartcoin will be good for bear market if we actually go into bear market. I think Poop Coin will be good for the bear market. Fartcoin is like funny bull market. I like that we're getting into the psychology of meme coin names for the bear market. That might be a fun episode. Trying to come up with the perfect meme coin name. Crypto Spaces said Fartcoin Pengu only thing with buying on Sol. Dang. What's messed up is I don't disagree. Avalanche is down 3.52% on the day, currently trading at 12.90. Is Avalanche going to establish a trend here? Yeah, that would just be a downtrend. That would be like a more shallow continued downtrend. Because we had a downtrend here. We broke up for like 3 seconds. Continued. I'm sure that this is some kind of a downtrend. This is the downtrend. It's just downtrend after downtrend. The bounces don't equate to any semblance of bullish momentum, so the downtrends just get bigger and bigger. Chainlink is down 3.28% on the day. Currently trading at 13.29. We lost 13.39. Did I talk about Avalanche? Let's see if we end up touching 12.25. Chainlink next level 12.68. You see, Chainlink actually had like a trend change. So I'm wondering if it's going to be one of the first coins to actually have a trend outside of downtrend. We do have a red dot back here that seems to have played out. Let's see if 1268 ends up as support. What's going on, Philly? Happy Sunday, my friend. Doge. God, that thing freaks me out every time it shows up. It shows up like once a month. It's the creepiest little thing. Near. Not really going to talk about. Pengu. Down 8.11%. Silver. Silver continuing a possible recovery here after a pretty decent sized red candle. Down 4.26%, which is kind of crazy. I'm not going to say why. $62.05. Is it going to actually bounce here and continue? Notice, now I'm not saying this has to happen, but each time you did get your bullish price action and your reversal, you did get kind of a double bottom on your momentum wave before the price actually started to go up again. So I'm wondering if that has to happen right here as well. We got to wait for this bad boy to go boop, do one of those. What would the price have to do in order for that to happen? Philly said, JJ, there's an error on your thumbnails. I think it should say Doom until 2026. You put 2025. Oh, you're right, actually. I didn't make it. Croc did, so. Thank you for pointing that out. DXY bounce off of 98.2. We're sitting at 98.39. Is this going to continue to curl down? I don't know if these indicators mean anything on the DXY. We did get a bullish cross over the moving average in the RSI. We got a green dot on the momentum wave pointing to the upside as well. We'll see if that turns into anything. Strategy down 3.74% on the day, currently trading at 176.64. Well, 3.74 on the weekend. We'll see what it opens at tomorrow. Sailor hinted at more buying, so I'm not sure what that'll do to the price of his stock. NASDAQ actually fulfilled our fractal dump. Interesting. Like perfectly, to a T. So I wonder if we'll start our slow recovery heading into Christmas time. Philly said I have a few shorts in. Let it keep dumping. I got nothing. I got nothing going on right now. S&P down 1.07% since Friday. Crypto Spaces said, it looks like everyone buying MicroStrategy at bear market lows. It does? I don't think so. I'm not buying it. They can, if it goes up, I'll be happy. But I don't. This is a huge, insanely huge retrace. 62%. Sorry. For that reason, I'm out. People are already making bear market plans, which is smart. Yeah, that's true. I would never buy this, though. Ever. There's no point. I think Bitcoin's outperformed it already. Probably looking to buying Doge in bear market. I don't know what I'm going to do, man. If we do enter a bear market, I might step away for like a month. S&P. Yeah. This one's a little weird, a little harder to predict. If the S&P follows the fractal, then it's going to get a little more dicey before it gets spicy. And this is like Christmas right here. This is like Christmas Day is going to be really, really bad for the S&P 500 if it follows the fractal. I think it's going to be bad no matter what. Everyone's tripping about the Bank of Japan and their stupid interest rates and their fucked up economy. So why should I give a shit about Japan's economy? Apparently I should. Bitcoin's chilling 88.15. We got 4 minutes remaining until the daily close contest, so make sure you guys get ready for that. Let's go take a look at Total 3. Total 3, like I said, we got a potential dump touch of 840. I want to go to Total 2 really quick. See what Total 2 looks like. Total 2 fractal shows a potential bounce in the next couple of days. That'd be exciting. If it happens. I'm a little pessimistic today, if you guys haven't noticed. when your bags dump like 25% overnight, it gets a little bleak. Crypto Spaces said, it's crypto. We don't need a reason to go down. Did I say there was a reason? Total 2 had, I suppose you can call it a rejection. A little break below. Bearish crossover the moving average on the RSI on December 10th, and then we've rejected twice now. Almost looks like it's consolidation. I don't want to get excited at all, though, because it'll probably just break down. 1.22 trillion, though. We're holding above 1 trillion, which is good. That is actually good. Total 3, or I'm sorry, total crypto market cap, not total 3. Total crypto market cap. 2.98 trillion. We did lose 3, which I don't think is a big deal. I guess it's a psychological number, but Crypto Spaces said I saw a chart in Ben Cowan's newest video and it shows retail never came back. It's just the same people from 2022. That's what I've been saying. I didn't need a chart for that. It is pretty funny though. That's pretty funny. My favorite is everyone's like, the meme coins took all the money. The meme coins took all the money. And I'm like, do you know how like market caps work? If the meme coins took all the money, you'd see it. You'd see the money in the meme coins. Billy said, come on, you hundreds of viewers. Click that like. Total crypto market cap. I don't know. Is this a fugly head and shoulders? Kind of looks like it. Breaking down below 3 trillion. Guys, we got less than 1 minute remaining until the daily close contest. So make sure you guys get your guesses ready. Let's see. All right, let's go back to the Bitcoin. I said I think rate cut will close green. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I don't think it's going to close green. Something tells me it's not going to close green. 1 minute time frame. We are 21 seconds remaining until the daily close contest can commence. It does look like we're getting a little bounce off this bad boy, which is nice. Philly said, why didn't retail come back? Because they suck and the market sucks. Nobody has any money. Ladies and gentlemen, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. I can't tell if it's windy out or if there's just like a monster outside my window. Crypto Spaces said because crypto is hard AF to make money, Billy, and this was a tightening cycle with high interest rates. Yes, that's also a reason. All right. Bitcoin, $88,220 even. Get a nice little green streak here in the chart on the 1 minute time frame. Guys, get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Oh yeah. I'm not physically tired. Mentally though. Mentally I'm exhausted. How about you guys? How was your guys' weekend? I will say, besides the market, my weekend has been wonderful. We went to a potluck on Friday. It was a ton of fun. 87,569 from Drummer. Shahid, 88. And then Saturday, like, deep cleaned the apartment to the point where I got, like, some form of sinus issue from all the dust. It was out of control. I was effed up yesterday. Like, even after the stream, I was struggling so bad. I feel so much better now. But the apartment's, like, quadrupled in size. Feels good. Feels real good. Crypto Spaces coming in with 88,215. Billy said he ate it. She ate it. It's too much food. Stop being a freaking 0-0. What? Oh, I get it. 88,200. Got you, Philly. I don't know where I typed that there. All right. Anybody else? Anybody at all? Bitcoin, $88,306.08. I think just because the market's doo-doo, I am going to start posting gaming content again because it's fun. And it definitely beats looking at these charts. I'll tell you that. 88, 281 and 41 cents. I gotta get back into the new deep sleep game. Billy said, awesome, JJ, you're starting to figure out my numbers, Babble. I actually completely forgot that we were even doing that, and I was like, what are you talking about? But I didn't really think, what are you talking about? Because I feel like you say nonsense all the time. So I was like, okay, Philly's making a joke, and he's going to explain it in a minute. Guys, you got 1 minute and 43 seconds remaining on the clock to get your guests in for the daily close contest. Bitcoin currently trading at $88,278.98. Should we try to make contact with the ghost of Satoshi Nakamoto? Is that insensitive? Crypto Spaces said, haha, a YouTuber. I enjoy. Started a food channel. Bear market things. That's actually really funny. Fahid started a cooking channel as well. That's great. I will say, I've been posting random nonsense on my channel for forever. Like, I've used my live stream for crypto stuff. I've used the rest of, like, regular uploads for just everything. All kinds of nonsense. But we're definitely getting to the point where I think content-wise, a pivot may be necessary. Philly said, I do talk nonsense a lot. I'm glad you're self-aware. What do you guys think? Is that insensitive to try to contact the ghost of Satoshi? Because I have an EMF reader. I'm gonna start doing ghost hunt videos as well. I've been planning that one for a while. You know how expensive ghost hunting equipment is? I got a freaking spirit box, which is just a radio, by the way. A spirit box is a radio that just scans through the radio channels. It costs like $90 to have the scan feature that works for ghost hunting. Ridiculous. I think I waited until it was on sale or something because, I mean, I'm in crypto and crypto's down, so. But that's crazy. That's craziness. 3, 2, 1, bam. Time's up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating in the daily close contest. Let's get these bad boys up on the board. Crypto Spaces said it's really bad when YouTubers don't even want to talk crypto. There's no point. Like, crypto YouTube numbers are down so bad across the board. Like, the big names, the big, huge crypto YouTubers are hardly getting 10% of their normal viewership. That's insane. And starting a new channel is literally impossible. We've got 88,215 from Crypto Spaces. I gotta make the S capital, it's gonna bug me. Okay. And then we've got Billy with 88,200. And then we've got 88 even from Fahid. And last but not least, we've got Drummer with 87,569. Okay. A little zoom action here. It's going to be between Philly and Crypto Spaces right now, with a potential clutch for Fahid if the price gets a little bit more dumpy than we were expecting. Currently, Philly has taken the lead from Crypto Spaces, and Crypto Spaces takes it back. He's down by $1.26 right now. $1.26 away from $300 prize. Oh, and it's Philly's again. Philly 96 cents. And now it's Fahid. Will this perhaps be the most volatile daily close we've had in a long time? Right now, it is a race to the finish between Crypto Spaces, Philly, and Fahid, with a possible Dremmer twist ending. Philly said, who are the crypto YouTubers that would survive? What, the bear market? Nobody. I don't want to do crypto YouTube through a bear market, getting like 2 viewers. You know what I mean? $88,141.99. I lost to a penny a few weeks ago. I remember that was pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that was epic. We're getting a little green here, going back up towards Philly and Crypto Spaces. Fahid's still in the lead with his guess of 88,000. 8's my favorite number, and I do like even numbers as well, so 2 8s is almost even more favorable. Almost. 88,160 even. Fahid's still in the lead with his guess of 88. Philly not close behind with 88.2, and Crypto Spaces almost cutting Philly off from a potential victory, giving him only a $15 gap. We got 1 minute and 54 seconds remaining on the clock. Fahid said JJ will survive because he isn't dependent on YouTube. He'll continue. That's actually fair. That is true. Um, yeah, I think that that's the biggest thing. You can't be dependent on any of this stuff, to be completely honest. Like if you have payroll with like a Web3 company, that's different. But um I don't know. I feel like there's too many people that were trying to rely on trading and stuff, crypto, for their job, and I think that that's a lot of what goes around. People freak out because they don't have diversified income, and you know, to each their own. If you want to try to make it work, make it work. But you can't get mad at other people for not freaking out just because you know tried to put all your eggs in one basket. Guys, we got 60 seconds remaining on the clock. This is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. Fahid currently in the lead with his guess of 88,000. Bitcoin 88, 148, 135 and 70 cents. It is starting to dump closer to Fahid. Is Fahid going to take it? Is it going to dump below Fahid and give Drummer the prize? Or is it going to surprise pump above Philly and perhaps Crypto Spaces, making one of those two the winner? 88, 158, 97 cents. 36 seconds remaining on the clock. This is the most entertainment the entire cryptocurrency industry has seen in months. 25 seconds left. Fahid's still holding it, holding strong with his cooking channel. Go check it out. 88, 158, and 1 penny. 13 seconds. Here we go. 10. This is it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, surprise little pump. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations, Fahid, on your victory. Bitcoin daily close price 88,172.17. 88,172.17. 88,172.17. Congratulations, Fahid, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for our winner. Very cool. Congratulations, my friend. Billy said, OMG, the only time I win is when there's 2 viewers in the chat. Yeah. Yep. Isn't that crazy? You know what sucks really bad is when I like rush home to get home on time for the daily close and like 1 person shows up. That sucks so bad every time that happens. All right, 4-hour time frame. Congratulations, Fahid, on your victory. Well deserved. Look at that nice little wick. Guys, spam the bananas. I'm pressing buttons I shouldn't be pressing. Whoops. There we go. Congratulations. Yay! Fahid is our winner. That puts him at 27 wins. Slowly catching up to Tom Selleck's goat. Very cool. Let me add you to the winner's Google Doc. Oh no, I'm sorry. That puts him at 28 because it counts as 2 right now. And Fahid is Canadian. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Very cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for our winner. Billy said, dude, how many hours do you travel each day to work? It's only like, well, it's normally only like 20 minutes, but right now we have a job site that's like an hour and a half away. So I get screwed. Especially trying to do this YouTube crap. All right, guys. Spam the bananas in the chat. Can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of $88,000 and an actual Bitcoin daily close of 88,172 and 17 cents on December 14th, 2025, Mr. Fahid Hussein's prize is a fat-ass Italian sub. Congratulations, Fahid, on your victory. Feel free to pick off the ingredients that you don't like and share them with your fellow competitors, your friends and family, your peers. Maybe you can cook something out of it on the channel. I think that'll be kind of fun. You can cut it in half, bring your own napkins, bring your own condiments, whatever you got. We can't afford those things. You get what you get. This is a very expensive prize. We actually had to we had to steal it. It's stolen. This has not been paid for, but it is yours, and you are legally required to remove it from the premises. So congratulations once again on your victory. Enjoy. That does look delicious. All right. Oh, Fahid said, thanks. Few weeks left for this context. Oh, contest. Yes, yes, yes. Billy said, how does today count? I'm counting December as 2 because I've missed so many damn days. Saeed said, congrats, Fahid. How to subscribe to your channel. Oh yeah, Fahid, put shill your channel in the damn chat. Put a link in there. Billy, Billy said, Fahid, surprise. Used bag of dicks. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, Philly. So with the job that's an hour and a half away, because my normal commute is 20 minutes away, 20 minutes into my hour and 30-minute drive, I start getting paid. So that's why Georgia's so nice, because I get like a couple $100 for the drive there, a couple $100 for the drive back. It might be more than that. It might be like 1,000. I don't remember. I haven't done the math. It's a lot though. I get a lot of money for the trip to Georgia. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, congratulations, Fahid, once again on your victory. Enjoy your fat ass Italian sub. Delicious. For the used bag of dicks inquiry, you're gonna have to get a hold of Philly. I'm not affiliated with that prize. Philly said, yes, Fahid, shill your kitchen girly channel. Seriously though, Fahid, put the channel in the chat. The Fahid's kitchen channel. Crypto Spaces said, cheer up, guys. There's 17-year-old millionaires. Maybe our kids will pull it off, right? Right? I think my daughter's gonna probably be a millionaire. I'm pretty convinced at this point. Unless if she doesn't want to, then she won't. Whatever she wants to do, she'll end up being able to do for sure. Okay. News segment. This one's crazy. This is a crazy Coinfessions. I should have put it at the end, but I'm going to read it anyways. This guy posted, I used to buy sheets of LSD with Bitcoin on anonymous Tor drug forums. I saw how the price went up, so I started trying to save some Bitcoin. But I was poor at the time, trying to sell the LSD at festivals to make some money. Over the years, I grew my stash to 100 Bitcoin, but I lost about half trying to make more. I've been sitting on about 50 BTC for a few years now and sold some to get 100% debt free, buy a huge house for the family, and get some new things like a reliable family car, new PC, phone, etc. We now live in a comfortable, I can't read apparently. We now live a comfortable life and have very low monthly expenses. We are very careful with how much money we spend, and I try to never touch my Bitcoin. If anything, I try to add a little to my stash whenever I can. That right there is the dream. Maybe not with the LSD specifically, but the end goal of this post is the dream for sure. Billy said, Spaces, they're only fangirls. What are you talking about? Oh, I understand. Today's kids are already pulling it off. Not going to read the rest of that. Michael Saylor hints at buying more Bitcoin. Back to more orange dots, he said. Thank you, Michael Saylor, for proving to all of us that we are more poor than you are. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says crypto helps create property rights, sound money, and free trade for all. Wow. President Trump says he has a great relationship with Chinese President Xi Jinping. I'm not sure how that's news, but that's cute. President Trump says inflation is totally neutralized. That's awesome. I'm so glad there's no more inflation. Hooray. Total electricity generation, China versus US. This is why I want to build a energy stock portfolio. I think that's going to make a comeback. I don't know though. It has to be the right energy because obviously they want gas prices to go down, and they don't want energy prices to go up. So you have to invest in the infrastructure of it, I suppose. I don't know, it's definitely interesting. We'll have to plan that stream soon. Whale trades, Hyper Whale, still long Bitcoin ETH and sold down 21 million. Position value under leverage, 3.17x aggregate, $663,665,520. That is a lot of freaking money. That is so much money. For the first time in history, obesity now beats hunger globally, according to UNICEF. Being in shape has never been rarer. I literally read this and I felt fat because I am overweight. I'm not like washboard abs, good looking dude. I got a little bit of a dad bod. So I'm gonna make use of my treadmill again. There are no clothes on it at the moment, but it is not on the floor anymore. It's just up against the wall, not being used. I'm gonna get a stand-up desk and I'm gonna set the damn treadmill up, and you guys are gonna see me like Jason Casper. I'm gonna be doing the stream like this. Like a weirdo. Okay. Yep, I read that. Cool, cool, cool. That's good that we're ending world hunger, but I guess creating world obesity is probably a unintended side effect. Philly said inflation is going to become so bad people don't know what's going to hit them. Everyone is too maxed out on credit. Not me. I'm not maxed out on credit because I understand how the interest rates work, and I refuse. there's like a death spiral that can occur with credit cards now. If you only make a certain amount of money and you max out your credit card, you will never pay it off. It's crazy. It kind of blows my mind that that's even allowed, but I don't know. It's actually insane. Stablecoin market cap 318.38 billion according to December 14th. Marty Party. Vahid said, that's messed up. OnlyFans says young people now. What the hell? I think we're just old. I think that's what it is. But yeah, Philly, you probably didn't word that good at all. That's why I stopped reading it. But yeah, I think stablecoin market cap is going to just continue to climb exponentially. People, just because things don't go your way doesn't mean you are scammed. We are in an accusatory victim era. Life is unfair. Warriors are rewarded, not tourists. Everything is happening as it was meant to. You must focus on what you can control, not what you can't. Which kind of goes back to my whole thing. I've said focus on what you can control quite a few times. If you can increase your income, then a crappy crypto market won't bother you that much. It's as simple as that. Or even just diversify. Diversity is another huge one. But I digress. Berkshire Warren Buffett sits in 389 billion cash and UST bills, the largest in history. That's a crazy amount of money. Key events this week. October retail sales data comes out on Tuesday. November jobs report also comes out on Tuesday. Thursday, we got November CPI inflation data. December Philly Fed manufacturing data. And Friday, October PCE inflation data. November existing home sales data. Michigan inflation expectations data. Michigan consumer sentiment data. Total of 5 Fed speaker events. A massive backlog of economic data is coming this week. It's probably going to be a very messy, volatile week. I don't know when the Japanese central bank or whatever it's called is raising interest rates, but from everything I've read and seen, apparently that's supposed to hit the market really hard. Billy said, have you ever seen the woman making YouTube videos that they're going to go on shoplifting sprees if they lose their food stamps? They're so starving. They're 300 pounds. Hey, Philly, you're digging yourself a hole. Just stop talking about it. Crypto Spaces said I'm seeing tweets where people say Polymarket is the new pump fund. Yeah, that's definitely where people went. Polymarket, Kalshi, all that crap. AI debt is fueling the global corporate debt surge. U.S. AI-linked bond issuance rose 145 billion year over year to a record 220 billion in 2025. This is equal to the combined total issued over the last 3 years, including loans, technology. Corporate debt issuance jumped to 270 billion, the second largest on record. U.S. AI-linked debt was the biggest driver of rising global corporate debt this year, according to IIF. As a result, world non-financial corporate liabilities are close to 100 trillion, an all-time high. The AI financing boom is reshaping global debt dynamics. That's pretty crazy. Crypto Spaces said, really appears the meme traders are going to prediction markets. Fahid said, still pretty sad. College was a goal. Now it's OnlyFans. Shake my hand. I don't know if that is sad, honestly. If the idiots that have money want to spend money on my dumbass, like, stripping on the internet when they know that they can get that for free, on a different website, then I'm taking my clothes off on OnlyFans. I don't care. I really don't care. Honestly, if I retire from that, then good for me. Like legit. If I had the equipment, I would be an OnlyFans model in a heartbeat. Literally, instantly. I would do it, no questions. I'm not saying I would go all out and do all the crazy things that they do. I'm not going Bonnie Blue, but maybe I'll just be a little skimpy bimbo for like for like a year, buy a big fat beautiful house, have a shit ton of money to just play with, and then disappear. And everyone will talk about it all the time. Remember, oh my gosh, do you remember that hot JJ chick that was on OnlyFans? And I would like, people wouldn't recognize me. They'd be like, do I know you? I'd be like, no, probably not. I was famous for a very short period of time. Individual investors are making history. Retail investors accounted for 20% of U.S. stock market trading volume in Q3 2025, the second highest on record. I'm also wondering if a good chunk of retail went to the stock market, and that's why the stock market did and continues to do so much better than everything else. That's also a possibility. Because I think the reason I'm so confused about this whole situation, JJ Cannons, is because I truly believe that crypto is responsible for Donald Trump getting elected because he saw the writing on the wall. He sees this is a gigantic industry with a very large population. We need to please these people and they will vote for me. And they did. And he won. Do you remember JJ gets effed hard by 5 altcoins? That's so good. Damn. That's actually what this stream is. You guys are the sickos. How do you feel? Oh, that's so good. Dude, cheers. Cheers to that. JJ gets effed hard by 5 altcoins. What do we call that? Only liquidations or something? Oh, that's too funny. Only puts, only calls. Damn. I thought this year would be great with Trump. I apparently crypto got just shafted. Again, Bitcoin benefited tremendously. Everything else, not so much. Um, let's see. Major central banks are set to continue shrinking their balance sheets even as the Fed ends quantitative tightening. The European Central Bank, Bank of England, and Bank of Japan are expected to reduce their balance sheets by 1.2 trillion in 2026. This comes as European Central Bank and Bank of Japan runoffs are expected to accelerate as and nearly offset the pace of the Fed's quantitative tightening, which concluded on December 1st. Meanwhile, the G4 central banks, including the Fed, reduced their total assets by 1.4 trillion in 2024 and are expected to reduce 1.3 trillion by the end of 2025. To put this into perspective, these central banks bought 7.7 trillion in assets in 2020 to 2021. If the 2026 projections materialize, they will unwind 5 trillion in the 2023 through 2026 period, or 65% of total pandemic stimulus. Global liquidity will continue to tighten. Great. Yay. Fahid, hold on. Crypto Spaces said, I thought this year would be great with Trump, but it was for stocks, so get wrecked, crypto bros. Right. Fahid said, LOL Philly, I have yet to do any desserts. I'm just taking it one step at a time. I'll have to do it eventually. I might do like a little tribute to Fahid's kitchen and do a crepe making video. I think that'd be kind of fun. Billy said JJ equals OnlyFans model. I'll subscribe and pay $3.95 a month and then tip him out for showing body parts, but instead I'll tip him for shaving part of his beard. I thought you were gonna go for the bald head for sure. That went a different direction. Many U.S. small cap firms are struggling. 40% of Russell 2000 companies reported negative 12-month earnings in Q3 2025, near the highest percentage on record. Oh, excuse me. This percentage has more than doubled since 2007 and has remained in a clear uptrend. This is also in line with the post-2008 financial crisis peak, 40%. By comparison, 33% of the index firms were unprofitable following the 2001 recession. Fundamentals across many small cap stocks remain extremely weak. U.S. consumer appetite for holiday spending is falling. In November, Americans estimated that they would spend an average of $778 on holiday gifts, down $229 from October. This marks the largest drop in expected holiday spending in data going back to 2006, according to Gallup survey. This is also $234 lower than last year's November spending expectations of $1,012. By comparison, during the 2008 financial crisis in November, decline was $185. Both high and low income Americans lowered their expectations last month. Stagflation is weighing on U.S. consumer spending plans. I will say our typical, way years ago, was around $500 for our one daughter. Now it's around $1,000. So do with that what you will. Definitely increased. Next, we got AI boom is creating a severe memory chip shortage. Dynamic random access memory (DRAM) inventory levels are down 80% year over year to just 3 weeks worth of supply. This is the type of memory particularly used in computers and phones. By comparison, DRAM suppliers held 9.5 weeks of inventory in July. The shortage has spread into nearly all memory types, spanning consumer flash chips and USB drives in smartphones to advanced high bandwidth memory, powering AI data centers. Skyrocketing demand for AI infrastructure and consumer electronics is overwhelming global supply. SK Hynix, the world's largest memory chip supplier, expects the shortage to persist until late 2027. A chip memory supply crisis is unfolding. Tether has become one of the most powerful Bitcoin-backed financial empires in the world, according to Galaxy Digital. Congratulations, Fahid, once again on your victory. Enjoy your Italian sub. Delicious. Billy said JJ Baldhead OnlyFans channel. You'll have to draw eyes and nose and a mouth on your head. Get on camera showing the top of your head. That would be pretty funny. Dude, when I do a bald reveal, should I have like a bald cam? Where I just sit here and then I click and it changes to a camera just like top down looking straight at the top of my head. Oh, that'd be great. Okay. Stablecoins are becoming Venezuela's banking system. Very cool. I like that there's a question mark, like they're asking us. SEC flipped from fighting crypto to teaching investors how to custody it safely, and suddenly the price only decreases. Weird. That's so weird. Standard Chartered and Coinbase are building institutional crypto rails. That's so cute. I like Brian Armstrong has hair, and he just suddenly became like a hot chick. Reminder, zoom out so that you can see how bad this pullback looks. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. The main problem is not the chart of the coin I hold. Oh, that's funny. That's so true. But yeah, I mean, zoom out. Are we, doing one of these? Maybe. What sucks is back here, we had a little bounce at least. This time around, we have zero. Zero. None. Philly said, how old was your daughter when you began dating her mother? Me? What? My daughter wasn't born. What are you talking about, Philly? Me and my fiance are like high school sweethearts. And then we had a kid. Crypto Spaces said, nah, I said it before. We were better off with Gary Gensler bringing back Gary, I Miss You. It was definitely crypto is more attractive when people didn't like it. Because they thought it was like, ooh, it's this cypherpunk like thing that you only buy if you're like buying drugs off of the black web and like goofy shit. And now everyone's like, ooh, ETF, please give me an ETF for my coin. Daddy Trump, please say my coin's name. Elon, please say my coin's name. Do you guys want to buy my meme coin? Please. That's what it's devolved into, just a bunch of pussies asking everyone to shill their bags for them. Breaking, the U.S. just unlocked the biggest Bitcoin demand driver in history. Congress just announced the Bitcoin for America Act. Americans will be able to pay federal taxes in Bitcoin with zero capital gains tax, and every Bitcoin going straight into a national strategic reserve. The math is brutal. IRS collects $5.2 trillion a year. Even 5% opt-in is $260 billion in annual Bitcoin inflows. 10% is $520 billion. No ETFs, no mining subsidies, no speculation. Pure, unstoppable, taxpayer-driven accumulation. Raw, wet, and wild. This isn't a bill. This is a monetary engineering at planetary scale. Bitcoin becomes de facto state-backed collateral. Volatility gets absorbed by sovereign scale. Scarcity intensifies while adoption normalizes. One law turns the IRS into the world's largest Bitcoin buyer. Bitcoin won't replace the dollar. It's about to start backing it. The domino has fallen. The reserve is loading. Get positioned. History doesn't wait. That was way too epic. I apologize. Philly said, JJ, I thought the daughter was your girlfriend's kid. My bad. No, that's our kid together. Saeed said, may I know your name, sir? Me? JJ. I am JJ. Curtis Space said, coins went up when Gary was in charge. That is true. That is very true. No Limit said, Japan will crash Bitcoin in 5 days. People are seriously underestimating what Japan is about to do to Bitcoin. The Bank of Japan is expected to raise rates again on December 19th. That might not sound like a big deal until you remember one thing. Japan is the largest holder of U.S. debt on the planet. Every recent Bank of Japan hike has been followed by violent sell-off in Bitcoin. March 2024, down 23%. July 2024, down 26%. January 2025, down 31%. When they move, markets around the world can feel it. If you zoom out on Bitcoin, the pattern is very concerning. Now we're heading into another hike, and Bitcoin is not doing very good, and 95% of investors have gave up already. Maybe this time is different, or maybe Japan reminds everyone who actually controls the flow of capital. If you're ignoring the Bank of Japan right now, you're doing it all wrong. On another note, I called the exact Bitcoin top in October at 126, and I'll do it again because that's my job. You'll wish you followed me sooner. That's so cringe. I'm not going to follow you just because of that. What a loser. CryptoZaros posted Bitcoin rainbow chart predicts 150K to 440K in 2026. The data based on historical logarithmic growth patterns. I asked AI to predict the price of Bitcoin in 2026 based on the chart's data. According to some analysts, based on the chart's historical trends, the price could be in the is this a bubble or a FOMO intensifies range, orange dark orange bands by late 2026. Very cool. Saeed said full form of JJ? No, it's just the 2 letters. Billy said coincidence or we're crypto prices really higher with Gensler. Oh no. Alts definitely I wouldn't say the prices were higher. Altcoins actually increased in value while Gensler was in office. Whereas Gensler's gone, we get Paul Atkins, who's adorable, little Keebler elf. Actually, I would argue that Powell is more of a Keebler elf, but Paul Atkins, and suddenly everything performs like crap. Then nobody gives a crap about crypto anymore. That's the problem. Next we've got never sell your Bitcoin. This is a great post. This comes up every couple of weeks, every couple of months. Greg Schoen said, I wish I had kept my 1,700 Bitcoin at 6 cents instead of selling them at 30. Now they're at $8. Damn. That's crazy. Next, we've got Javon Marks posting alts still in position for an explosive breakout to come in, and multiple metrics look to be supporting it any moment now, people. I do like it. I do like the chart. It is a very nice chart. Time will tell. We've got chances of January rate cut less than 25%. Interesting. They are at 24.4%. And last but not least, Bitcoin has decided to become a $90,000 stablecoin. That is 1,000% true. Oops, that's not true. It decoupled and is now only $88,000. What happened? Congratulations, Fahid, once again on your victory. Enjoy your Italian sub. Bitcoin 88,542 and 79 cents. All right, let's see. We finished news. We finished all of our charts. Some of the charts are trying to be green, which is nice. That's nice. Good for them. Bitcoin getting a little baby reaction off this lower trend line. Portfolio update. The 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is down $521. I'm not going to go through the individual coins at this point. Meme coin portfolio down 200 and nope, this one was $1,000 portfolio as well. Down, oh geez, $905. Is that? This was $1,000 portfolio? Yeah. Not 900, $605. I don't know where the hell I got 900 from. That's full dyslexia. The 6 literally was upside down. Wow. I've never had that happen before. I'm like kind of embarrassed. The narrative portfolio, my favorite and the most stable. This, in case you guys are curious, portfolio is made up of 1 meme coin, 1 artificial intelligence coin, 1 decentralized physical infrastructure coin, 1 real world asset coin, and 1 gaming coin, and it is absolutely killing it. Currently down $211. And last but not least, the perfect entry portfolio currently down $438, 43.8%, which is not bad. Not bad at all. And that is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin's chilling. Weekly close, bit of a nothing burger. Yeah. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Yep. Same trend, just riding it. Is what it is. We'll see where we end up, man. I'm kind of, I don't know. Normally I'd say I'm kind of excited to see what happens for the remainder of the month, but I don't think I am. I'm a little worried about the rest of the month, if I'm being completely honest. I'm excited for 2026. The remainder of 2025, though, not really feeling it. Hopefully, my mind gets changed. But until then, I'm going to continue to be a little standoffish. Anyways, guys, I'm going to call it an early evening. Get some R&R done. So, as always, when Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I'll hop back on. Hopefully, I got to get back on for emergency stream soon here. But we'll see. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Appreciate you guys for joining me. Happy Sunday and good night.